Hey yo everyone, this is GXVL with the new Dragon Ball Talk. And this is actually going to be a review on MasakoX's new, Dragon Ball fan-made series project called Dragon Ball R&R. Just that you know, Dragon Ball R&R is based off from MasakoX's What If storytelling series called What If Raditz Turned Good. And luckily I was able to keep up with it because I really like how MasakoX built up the What If Raditz Turned Good storytelling series, but there were just some things I didn't like from it when it came to like a few parts later on, at least with parts like at least the parts like where the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta comes in, and also like Ranch having her own like bandana turning into like a weapon that Bulma invented. I'm like, okay, I see what he's going around there, but I don't know. I'm not too sure if I would add that. But hey, since it's like a what if, I'm like, you can do whatever you want with it, right? But I think that's just me. But anyways, I'm gonna start doing the review on Dragon Ball R&R. The full episode 1. Yeah, full episode 1, because it was like only like episode 1 part 1, but now it's the full episode. So let's get right to it, shall we? Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna be unbiased as much as possible, even though that I admire MasakoX's work. So I'm gonna like not be biased that much. I'm gonna try not to be biased. Okay, so as far as I know it, with the start of episode 1, it has some like in between and beginning, like full-on animations with coloring and like a crisp hand drawing. It looks amazing. Like one for the opening and one for the end and one for the middle that are commercial breaks. You know how the original Dragon Ball series and Dragon Ball Z did it. But speaking of which, just so you know, it's not like a full-on animated episode, because like it's mostly using like comic or manga panels with some animated tweaks put here and there. I think that's a really nice touch. Usually I'm not a big fan of them, but sometimes I'm a little bit of a sucker. Yeah, I'm gonna say this right here. I'm a bit of a sucker when it comes to like seeing like comics and comics and manga, seeing like the drawings and artwork. I'm a sucker for that stuff, which is why I follow or sub to this guy known as Young GG on Twitter. Yeah, follow him on Twitter because he makes really good artwork, and I'm like, wow, this is really good. But there's like some artwork I do not like in particular, only some artwork, and that is like fan-made, over the hype, trash, transformations, you know, that stuff. Like, but I like Super Saiyan 5 though. I like Super Saiyan 5. But I think I'm getting off sidetrack, right? But anyways, yeah, it's using manga and comic panels with animated tweaks, put it here and there, and just that you know, that Raditz is married at launch. And if you recall my my video that I did a while back saying like how could launch make a comeback, and it seems like this is how you do a comeback. I'm like, okay, cool, like, what do you know? But by the way, ignore what I say about completely ignore what I said about the whole like launch being in filler. It doesn't really count. I'm like, screw that. Because since Dragon Ball Super broke me, I have no idea what I was saying like that. If something exists, it exists anyways, right? You know, the Dragon Ball Z filler that Launch appeared in, at least that's something. But yeah, I don't know why I was saying that. Maybe I might fix that, or just leave it at that. Who knows? But yeah, he's married with Launch. He has like 2 or 3 kids. It's a little bit hazy for me to remember. So far, I'm seeing like Ranch, who has like Saiyan powers right now. She has like Super Saiyan and the Saiyan tail. And so, as far as I know, she's actually kind of like supposed to be like pretty strong, but not like too strong though. And let me see what else. So as far as I know it, with Dragon Ball R&R, it's supposed to be like a much more relaxing type of series. And the way from the first episode I'm seeing is that like it's supposed to be taking place after they fought like Majin Buu. Because that's what I see from the animated opening, and if I can recall from the What If Raditz Turned Good series. So I like how it's taking place, and I like how the narrator even like brings up how this world became to be, like this particular What If universe fan-made series. So I like how everything is going, but I just got to like name a few things I didn't like about. The thing I didn't like about is like seeing like the already quick like awkward silly moments like Ranch liking Trunks. Like I didn't know where I was gonna see that instantly, but I'm like well I recall that that in the What If series that like Ranch is eventually having a crush on Trunks. But like even so, like for an episode 1, I really think that was a bit rushed just to see a glance of it. Maybe they should have like maybe MasakoX or someone else in the writing department should have like toned it down a little bit, and then we eventually get to see much more of that lovey-dovey awkwardness between Ranch and Trunks, even though they're still kids. And what I actually really like, well, sort of like, but at the same time dislike, is how like when MasakoX was like he was doing his like somewhat of his TFS Goku voice, and I'm like, okay, I dig that. I mean, like, it would have been nice to hear someone else trying to do Goku, but hey, like, since MasakoX did the TFS Goku, so why not do it for like Dragon Ball R&R? I think I could let that slide. But to the point, like when Goku was trying to transform into Super Saiyan 3 in the episode, though, I noticed that like I see that MasakoX was trying to like scream, trying to like copy, like at least trying to imitate like both like let me see, like Masako Nozawa and Peter Kalamis and Sean Schiemel's like screams put together. Like I think that's the way it's supposed to sound. But the thing is, it sounds kind of modulated to me. I'm like, okay, so this sounds kind of pretty cool, but at the same time, it sounds a little bit iffy. So I'm like, I think that still needs to be work on that. That whole Super Saiyan 3 transformation scream. I'm like, yeah, it really needs to be like a little bit better, just a little bit better. Not like, I'm not too, again, not asking way too much, just a little bit better, because I know it sounds a little modulated to me. I'm not too sure if I'm mistaken. And let me see. Oh, as far as I know it, that like if you're like like with the fighting sequences, again with the comic panels, I like how it's kind of fast paced, how they reuse some shots here and there, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of good, but at the same time I wish there was like a little bit more original shots to go with it. But you know what, I'm gonna like let that slide a little bit, but at the same time I think there might be a little bit more original shots in the future to still go with this particular situation that they're in. And I forgot to mention, like, what's this episode about? Basically, the episode is about that the Goten, Trunks, and Ranch wants to know who has the better fusion. Like, is it Gotenks, or is it Ranch and Goten's fusion, or is it Ranch and Trunks' fusion? And yeah, you get to see a girl fuse with a boy. And I know there might be like a joke or about it, like, is it a boy or a girl? And I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know, but hey, I really like the designs. I think they look really nice though. And what's really cool is that like they wanted like Vegeta, Raditz, and Goku to be the judges, but Vegeta didn't want to be a judge since he hates Raditz's guts, because like last I recall from the What If Raditz Turned Good series, instead of like Vegeta being a rival to Goku, Vegeta is now a rival to Raditz, because they had like a much more hateful relationship going around there. And to be honest, this actually makes me hate Vegeta again. Yeah. If you haven't noticed about me, I hated Vegeta since Dragon Ball Z, but since I watched Dragon Ball Super, I'm like, wow, I now like Vegeta. And now Dragon Ball R&R, yeah, and my hate for Vegeta has returned. I missed that good old feeling. I actually didn't miss the good old feeling. I actually wanted to like Vegeta from the start, but I just really didn't like his methods. I really don't like his attitude. By all means, most people like him. I don't. I don't see how people like him. Just because like he has much more of a real personality and character development. Yeah, that's cool. He has character development. That I could give. But being a really cool badass, like a real person, I'm like, I don't know. For me, it's it's Wolverine. I prefer Wolverine because he actually shows some different attitudes every now and then. But anyways, enough of that. Let me see. So yeah, Vegeta declined to be a judge. So you had Goku and Raditz, and that and that like what's really cool is that Goku and Raditz already like fused before in the What If Raditz Turned Good series. They used the Potara fusion, but for this episode they used the fusion dance. They didn't use the fusion dance before, but they did use the Potara fusion. So I'm like, okay, that's really cool. We're seeing the fusion dance of Goku and Raditz. So I thought that was really cool to see like the fusion of Raditz and Goku with the fusion dance up against the fusion between that is Trunks and Ranch. And to me that's a little bit weird considering that they both have a crush on each other and that they end up fusing, and I'm like, how am I supposed to feel about that? I don't know, but anyways, like I like everything that was built by using the What If Raditz Turned Good series being called Dragon Ball R&R, and seeing like really good stuff, but also some stuff I don't like that much, even though some stuff like makes me a little bit conflicted. And oh, but I forgot to mention the voice acting. The voice acting is actually really spot on. With Goku's voice being like voiced by MasakoX, like I get it. I just thought it would have been nice to have like someone else, because I know MasakoX worked on the storytelling and started the project. I thought it would be kind of nice to have someone else in the spotlight, but you know what? This kind of sort of works, sort of. Kind of, maybe. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say. Oh, by the way, the music being used at the beginning and at the ending, and also in the middle when it comes to like with the animation, animated stuff, like fully animated stuff. But at the ending though, at the end credits, it's just like a panel of an artwork. It actually looks pretty nice though, in my honest opinion. So yeah, this was, I would call it like a really good episode. Just had like minor problems with it, but I think it might go better with like future episodes of it. So yeah, that's all I had to say about Dragon Ball R&R. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you want to learn more about Dragon Ball R&R, I will go and recommend watch like MasakoX's What If Raditz Turned Good series videos. It's still a kind of ongoing, considering that it's trying to build up to the Tournament of Power. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This has been GXBL signing off right now. Instant Transmission out.